How's it going, guys? Mortal Player here, bringing you a video on Elden Ring, and in this video we're going to be taking on two bosses, and I'm going to give you guys my tips and advice on how to defeat these bosses. So my plan for this series is to do a video on every single boss in this game, even the weaker bosses, and give you guys my tips and advice on how to defeat all these bosses. So straight off the bat, the reason why I'm showing you this is I'm choosing my class. People out there may go for a different type of class. Some people may go for a magic build, where me, I'm going to be a strength based. So that's why I thought I would show you this, so you can see what class of character that I'm going to play this game with during this series. So of course you just follow the path. There's nowhere else to go. You just follow a straight path, and eventually you come to your first boss fight of the game, which is this guy. Now this guy is beatable. You can kill him if you are good enough, but you are supposed to die to this boss. So the game wants you to die, but as I've already said, he is beatable. I think if you kill him, you actually get his weapon, which is meant to be a really good, powerful weapon. But yeah, I actually died to him. Obviously you've got no flasks at the moment, so you can't even heal yourself up, and this guy does mad damage to you. So it is doable, but it's very difficult. So you die to him, a cutscene happens, and then you're given your flasks, which you can now use to heal yourself up if you take damage. So the first boss that we're going to take on in this video is the Soldier of Godrick. Now this boss is a tutorial boss. It's honestly the easiest boss that I've ever faced in my entire life, but I did say I was going to do a video on every single boss. So in order for him to get to him, you have to drop down off this ledge. Now this guy is completely optional. You don't have to face him if you don't want to. If you've played games similar to this, like Dark Souls, Sekiro, Bloodborne, this guy's just going to be a complete walkover for you. But obviously if you are new to games like this, then I do recommend coming to this level. This is sort of like a tutorial level, and facing this boss. Okay, so we've now got to the boss. So this is the Soldier of Godrick. He is a tutorial boss. I did say though I'm doing a video on every single boss in this game, so this guy is a boss. So honestly, he's the easiest boss in the world. Just walk around him, walk around his attack, and then attack him. Use your shield if you have to, roll if you have to. Honestly, you do more damage to him than what he does to you. You can see I use my shield there. I'm just literally blocking, circling around this guy, and then attacking him from the back. That's the best thing to do with this boss. There's other ways. You can even attack him in front if you want to, but you are risking yourself of getting hit. But even if you do get hit, it's not going to make a difference. This guy is a tutorial, so that says it all. If you can't defeat that boss, this game is not for you. So as I said, just circle around him, block with your shield if you need to, and you will have that boss done no problem at all. Okay guys, so we're now in Limgrave, which is the big open world for this game. So what you first want to do is light your Sword of Grace here, and you can talk to this NPC if you want to, which I decided to do. And our next boss is going to be the Tree Sentinel. And this boss is literally, you can see him in the distance right now, behind the NPC that I've just spoken to. He's literally right there. And this guy actually threw me off guard when I first started playing this game, because he's the first enemy that you encounter when you come into this open world Limgrave. So naturally, he's the first enemy that you go up to try and fight. He's right there, right at the side of your screen. You just saw him. He's on a gold horse. And I tried to fight him, and he's quite tough. So best thing to do is just run past him for now. Just ignore him. Just open up your map if you need to. There is a map in this game, and just go to your next Sword of Grace, which is in sort of like this derelict church area, which is right here. So you want to light this Sword of Grace as well. So that's your second one. You can fast travel between the different Swords of Graces, and I decided to rest at this one for some reason. And then what you want to do is then you want to go to your third Sword of Grace. So just ignore me there, I was just decided to talk to the merchant. So if you open up your map in this game, it will actually direct you to where the Site of Graces are that I'm showing you in this video, so you should have no problem finding them at all. The reason why I'm showing you this is because in order for you to face the tree sentinel, you need to do this. There's no good you just running up to him trying to fight him on foot. You need to do a few things before you actually face the tree sentinel, so I'm showing you in this video what things that you need to do. You can have a go at fighting him if you want to on foot with the sword, your starting weapon of the game. He is definitely doable if you're that good, but this is what works for me, and this is the easiest way that I have found to defeat him. So this is your third Site of Grace. Now when you rest at this one, it's going to come with a cutscene, which I'm about to skip, and you'll be greeted by a woman. So now you can actually level up, and she's also giving you an item where you can actually summon a horse, which makes things a lot easier when it comes to the tree sentinel boss.
Use it. It will summon a torrent as treat him. Shall I turn your
So I just try to level myself up here, and I'm not able to yet. I don't have enough runes. So what you need to do next is you need to pick up a weapon. Now you can use your starting weapon to fight this boss if you want to, but this weapon I'm about to show you makes things 10 times easier. All you do is leave the Site of Grace, kill this guy, leave the Site of Grace where you just rested at with that woman, and there's a chest right here. Open up this chest, and in it you will find a great sword. At the moment you can't use this great sword because you need 16 strength in order to yield it. If you have chosen the same class as me, you only need to upgrade your strength, I think it's 2 or 3 times before you can actually yield this great sword. Of course, if you have chosen a different class, for example a magic user, you will have to upgrade your strength probably a lot more than 2 or 3 times. So there may be other ways that you can defeat this tree sentinel boss by using magic, by spamming him with your magic attacks. As I've already said at the start of this video, I'm doing a strength build, which is why I showed you my starting class at the start of this video. So what I'm doing now is, before anything else, what you want to do, I haven't done it yet, but you want to make sure, you know the ring that you pick up to summon your horse, you want to make sure that you put that in a shortcut so it's easily accessible. I do it at some point. So these enemies here are very basic enemies. Then yeah, you might struggle with them for a bit, but literally, if you die, you will literally respawn literally just over there where you rested at the Site of Grace, where you spoke to that woman. So if you died to these enemies, it's not a big deal because you literally respawn back in this area. Now the reason why I'm killing these enemies is because now what I want to try and do is level up my strength in order for me to yield this greatsword. As I've already said, you can fight this tree sentinel boss with your starting weapon, but believe me, using this greatsword makes things 10 times easier. So get your strength up to 16 and you'll be in for a much better time. Okay, so I've just explored this area multiple times. I've now managed to level up my strength to 60, which means I can now use that greatsword, and we can now get into the actual boss fight. So this just makes things easier, as I've already said. You can even make things even more easier by upgrading this weapon. Now at the moment, at this point in the game, you cannot upgrade your weapons. You need to progress a little bit more in the story in order for you to upgrade weapons. But if you do use this sword and you upgrade it, it will make things even easier facing this boss. This boss is optional. You don't have to face him if you don't want to, and if you don't even want to face him now, if you want to go off, explore, face some other bosses, you can do that. You don't have, he's still going to be there, so you can always come back to this area a bit later, maybe when you're more upgraded, when you're a lot more powerful, when you've got an upgraded weapon. You can come back to this area and face that boss. Then that's if you are having trouble with this boss. But if you followed my tips and if you've chosen the same class character as me, and you have followed my tips so far, and you've got this weapon, you should be able to defeat this boss a lot easier now than what you were when you first started playing this game and using your starting weapon. So on the horse, it's so much easier. And as you can see, all I'm basically doing, well, sometimes what I do is I actually jump over his attacks. Obviously, if you press X while on, well, X or A if you're on Xbox, you can actually double jump on your horse, and you can actually jump over his attacks, which I do sometimes in this fight. All you basically do is just run up to him, get a hit in, and run away. That's it. That's all there is to it. I'm not really doing that much damage to him. You can see when I'm hitting him, yeah, it's doing a decent amount of damage, but not a lot, you know. And as I've already mentioned, if you actually progress a bit more in this game, actually upgrade your weapons, you will obviously deal a lot more damage when you face him a bit later. So that's why I said you don't have to face this guy now if you don't want to, but I decided to. And as I've already said, it's completely optional. So he doesn't really do that many attacks, to be honest. He swings with his big weapon there. He does a few swinging attacks, but as I've already said, jump over them. Just, you know when they're coming, so you can just run away. And yeah, he does a few jumping up in the air and slams to the ground. Most of his attacks are quite easy to dodge, to be honest. There's the one where he slams into the ground with his shield. And honestly, this guy is not really that much problem when you're on a horse. If you are on foot and you're not on your horse, it's a different ball game. He's just going to come at you like left, right and centre. You don't know where he is, what he's going to do, where he's going. You try and dodge his attack, you fail. So honestly, it's a much tougher time. Of course, if you are more advanced in the game, it will be a lot easier for you to actually defeat him on foot if you've leveled your character up and you've upgraded certain things and you progress really well and you've decided to come back to this area. Then yeah, he's going to be doable then. But if you want to face this guy early on, like I'm doing, then this is the best way to do it, in my opinion. So as you can see, I'm getting some good hits in. At the moment, I haven't been hit once, but I do start to lose it a little bit towards the end, which you will see. So try and stick to his left as well, because you can see he's got a big massive shield to his right. So if you attack his right, you're just going to hit his shield. So just keep to his left as well, and just keep running in, hitting him, running out, wait for him to do an attack, and then run back in, and then get another hit in. That's all you can do. Don't need to do any roll, don't need to get your shield out, do any blocking. This is all I'm doing, just running in, running out, running in, running out. That's all you can do. And you should have this boss done no problem at all, in my opinion. It's not difficult, not difficult. And there you have it, guys. That's 2 bosses done. Soldier of Godrick and Tree Sentinel. So hopefully this has helped some people out who have just started playing Elden Ring. And I'll bring this guy back when I get to the next boss, whoever that may be. So thank you for watching this video. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.